It's a place that people turn to hear things in terms that they understand and to hear how it connects to their lives.
When I get out on the water, I'm just like everyone else. I'm not Black, I'm not a woman, I'm not a person with a disability. I'm just a whitewater kayaker.
We in agriculture, everything that we're working towards is bound up in the value that the water brings to our land.
I am a 6th generation Parciante. We are now teaching our grandson how important water is so that we can thrive for another 800 generations.
We are all needing to make do with less water.
The demands for that limited resource just continue to grow in Colorado, whether they're recreational or environmental or ag or industrial. And the Colorado Water Plan, that's the mechanism, the tool that does a wonderful job of helping us identify what those gaps are.
As the plan has moved from ink on paper to work on the ground and seeing the evolution of different funding sources, partnerships have been critical in this. Projects that benefit not just one water user, but many. Whether it's the boom of monsoons and flooding, or if it's the bust of dryness and aridity, we as Colorado have been adapting. River health is absolutely foundational to the health of our communities.
We do our best to take care of our land and water in every aspect of our acequia system. It was very important for us to include every organization in our community to sit at the table to create what we thought were the important aspects of a watershed assessment. We were able to get that assessment done because of the funding through grants like CWCB. We're really grateful that we were able to find those resources to help our community.
All of the functions of these ecosystems support healthy, reliable, clean water quality for all water uses. And so when we manage for wildfires, we're actually managing for watershed and river health along the way. Creating resilience to impacts in our watershed only prepares us for an uncertain water future even better.
When the Colorado Water Plan was released, we were very excited about the recognition that the intersection of water and land use is an important driver of potential water conservation and efficiency.
We do know that there are sustainable landscapes that can lead to a vibrant community that don't use a lot of water. We're working with the development community and with the city to adapt landscape codes to be able to have that landscape transformation where you're using native plants and native grasses. 60% of our water use was outdoor back in the early 2000s, and we've shifted that to where less than 40% of our water use is used for outdoor irrigation. And so our community has really embraced that. They've utilized the tools that we've given them.
We're excited about seeing communities taking bigger and bolder steps to ensuring that their total water use actually stays static or even goes down, even as communities continue to gain new residents, build new developments. That's a mindset that we need to cultivate moving forward.
We've tried to create an adaptive framework that allows us to survive in a year where we lose water in the middle of the summer. That's things like improving soil, implementing technology like landscape fabric in order to create an artificial mulch, really focusing on plant root development so that you've got stronger, healthier plants that are able to withstand stresses that come from drought.
Adapting to maybe less acreage is going to even become more important for water usage. Here on the Ute Mountain Ute Reservation, we have scaled back on our nozzles on the majority of our pivots from 8.2 to 7.5 gallons per minute. It may not seem a lot, but if you start adding those gallons or pivots up, then it's a significant cutback on our water usage.
There are a lot of important natural resource and conservation programs that can help keep us afloat. It's amazing what is out there, and at the same time, I think we continue to need to adapt those programs to make sure that they're working and contemporary for the modern farmer's needs.
I think we really need to have a water fluent community, and that's one of my goals, is to start with the kids so they understand the importance of water and the limitations of our water supply. With the river being so close, I like to take the kids down and we sample once a month the water quality. And that's to provide some baseline data for the community, but also expose kids to what science is, where we collect data over time.
It's critical to bring people into the outdoors, to have them deepen their connection to nature before you can ask them to take care of it. The same barriers that keep people from recreating also keep them from participating in the conservation movement. And I wanted to change that. We took 15 youth, most of which have never been out on the water, and taught them how to fish, kayak, stand-up paddleboard. We created conservation ambassadors, people who can talk authentically that make sense within their own communities about conservation, and invite their peers and family members to join them.
We really have to engage from a policy perspective, from basin perspectives, and have these challenging and difficult conversations of what we want Colorado to look like in the next 10 to 20 years. I'm really proud of what can happen and what can be accomplished in the legislature, particularly when it comes to really important issues like water.
Our voices are extremely important and they need to be heard. My generation and future generations, we are inheriting the world that adults have created or left us. If we all work together, we can actually make the change happen.
There are so many different cultures and different beliefs and ways of life. We're all equally important, and we all need to think about those different ways of life for even inspiration. It's not about me, it's about a we, and that's how we thrive.